All right, let's get to this next video dono. This next video dono was requested by Sancho Vera, and Sancho Vera said, "Cheers, Ghost. Are you familiar with David Lynch and his show Twin Peaks? Not a big fan. There are layers of symbolism in that show, but he has an interesting idea of consciousness. Give it a watch for as long as you like." All right, so cheers to Sancho Vera. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we got here. All right, here it is. Put the PC shot on. Here it is.
It needs to be life-supporting at all deeper levels. And that mantra that you're given, that Maharishi gives, the key that opens the door. The mantra turns the mind within, turns the awareness within, and you naturally
go to the beginning? Well, this is where it was, dude. This is, if you want me to go to the beginning, that's where you left off. So here it is, play it. Here we go.
This is a donut. It is very sweet and very good. But if you'd never tasted a donut, you wouldn't really know how sweet
Are you fucking
and how
kidding
good
me?
a donut is. If you'd never had that experience.
Life is but a donut or something? Hold on, Jeffrey Ghosteen.
I'm already in the Halloween spirit. I already have my costume. I'm gonna go as Chris Benoit, the family man. Cheers, baby,
Just
cheers.
shut up. Can we play the rest of Sancho Vera's fucking video, please? Good God.
Transcendental meditation gives an experience much sweeter than the sweetness of this donut.
Ah,
It
transcendental
gives the
meditation is what he's saying, huh?
sweetest nectar of life, pure bliss consciousness. As Maharishi says, those who don't know, they don't know. Those who know, they enjoy. I hope this following documentary gives you some good news.
Oh, transcendental
about the
meditation, you
sweetness of
dumbass,
life.
all right? Not trans-testicle medication or whatever the fuck you're saying in the chat.
Donc, on tourne en fait là, hein, donc tout va bien. So, David, the Maharishi teaching in your life.
Are we rolling?
We are rolling.
Oh, okay, okay.
The Maharishi teaching in your life. How did it all start? Can you tell us the story?
Yes.
All right, so he's like a Hare Krishna son of a bitch? Is that what Lynch is? He believes in Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, I believe in Hare Krishna. I am the guru and I want to tell you about Hare Krishna. You need to pray to him and you need to do everything you can so that you can pray to Hare Krishna and he will give you everything. He will go and give you consciousness that you never ever have met before.
This here represents the surface of life. Surface. And we see surfaces, you know, surfaces. And about
very
300
abstract
years
there,
ago,
Lynch.
Scientists, they started wondering what was this wood and what was this metal and what was
It's comprised of atoms. We get it.
So they start looking into matter. So this side is matter.
And they realize that
this
there's nothing
side,
but empty space in
mind.
us. Yes, we get it.
Mind and matter. And the scientists, well, they discovered molecules. Deeper they went, and they discovered these.
God damn it, over the hill ghoster, what the hell, dude?
I'm thinking of going as Harvey Weinstein for Halloween. He was a very successful businessman after all.
Dude, you're a sick fuck, dude. Serious. I mean, jeez, can we just play Sancho Vera's video?
They thought that was the smallest particle for a long time. All these things we learn about in school. They went deeper, and they find inside the atoms these little electrons and neutrons and protons. And they went deeper and deeper and deeper, smaller and smaller particles, smaller and smaller particles. They found 4 forces. On a deeper level, the 4 became 3.
Okay, can you get to the point, Lynch?
And on a deeper level, the 3 became 2. And then, about 30 years ago, modern science, quantum physics, discovered...
Yeah, the double slit theory.
...the unified field. The unity of all the particles and all the forces of matter, of creation. Not only did they discover the unified field, but they found that everything that is a thing emerges from this field of no thing. Unmanifest.
Yeah, that's what I just said, that, you know, there's nothing but empty space in us. I get it.
It is no hyphen thing, but all things come from it. Anything that is a thing has emerged from this field of unity. It's oneness. The scientists know this exists, but if they wanted to get there, you can't get there. It's unmanifest. You can't walk into this field. But any one of those scientists could practice a technique, transcendental meditation, which, remember, true happiness is not out there. You're given a mantra, a very specific sound, vibration, thought.
Kind of like my humming, you know.
It needs to be life-supporting at all deeper levels.
Like that?
And that mantra that you're given, that Maharishi gives, the key that opens the door. The mantra turns the mind...
Hold on. Wait a minute. Dude, Dateline! I mean, dude, Dateline has been lame as fuck. And plus, we got homosexual Froppy, you know, who goes up there and blows his loose ass on there and... You know, they you know, fucking people like Froppy ruined it, dude. Seriously, I hope you get AIDS, Froppy. I'm not even joking around. And you fucking die, and your whole fucking internal organs turn into liquid shit because you took a bad meat in the can.
Within.
All right?
Turns the awareness within, and you naturally dive. Why is it natural? Because each deeper level...
I'd buy that.
Hey, what's going on there, Monkey's uncle? Hold on, we're watching Lynch here.
Intellect has more happiness. And the deeper levels of mind and deeper levels of intellect correspond to deeper levels of matter. At the borderline of intellect, you transcend. Transcend is the key word. It means to go beyond.
But you see, Lynch, what you're not telling people is that once you go into transcendental meditation, that you're not in control of where the fuck you go. You know, you're kind of wandering around and receiving all these different frequencies when you open up your third eye and you start receiving frequencies that are beyond what your natural electroencephalographically mapped brain can actually do. You're not in charge of that. So whatever that you're witnessing that is giving you peace and whatever the fuck you're thinking, you don't even know what that is. Okay? You don't even know what the hell you're encountering. You're just speculating because you're like, hey, look, I feel like so great and this and that. I want you all to know something, that our brain is not something that is derivative of our thoughts. Our thoughts do not derive from our brain. Science knows this because, you know, I talked about here earlier something called an electroencephalograph. An electroencephalograph actually measures the frequencies that go out and into the brain. And what has happened up to this point now, and I'll come back to this in a second, is that AI, artificial intelligence, has been able to map all those frequencies and be able to, read the mind, in essence. I'm not even kidding. I mean, this is a really unbelievable phenomena, because AI can now, and this is something I actually talked about on True Capitalist Radio, and I can't find the article. I'm looking for it. I can't find it. And, you know, they let us know something this week. I don't know if y'all heard about this. Put the PC shot on. Have y'all heard about this? Mind reading technology translates brainwaves into photos. Okay? Hey, cheers, Art Hammond. I'll get to yours in just a second. Mind reading technology translates brainwaves into photos.
I'd buy
okay?
that for $1.
Now, what I'm about to tell you is that they're finally admitting that they have mapped brainwaves and that artificial intelligence can read your brainwaves and tell what you're thinking. And how they did this was, on the top row, they showed a bunch of human subjects, the top row of the celebrities. And they looked at it and thought about it. And as they were thinking about these photos, artificial intelligence recreated the photos using the brainwaves of the mind and interpreting that, and the ones at the bottom are the AI generated, or I should say regenerated images by merely reading brainwaves. Okay? So this is what AI can do at this point in time. And by the way, this is the direction we're going. And we have been going, in my personal opinion. Now, for all those that are like, who cares? It doesn't matter, this and that. This technology of being able to not only read your brain waves, but to induce brain waves into your thoughts, into your mind, has been around since the fucking 70s. Take a look at this, okay? This is a great video, a great lecture by the late Dr. Anthony Sutton. If you don't know who Anthony Sutton is, I would strongly advise you to take a look at every piece of his work. He is a scholar amongst intellectuals, and it's a shame that he's gone, because he was an old guy, unfortunately, back in the 70s and 80s. Take a listen to what he talks about when it comes to psychotronic weapons, and how psychotronic weapons are not only possible, they're being used as we speak. Play it.
What they do, they broadcast the signal to create a riot. You broadcast 11 hertz, 11 cycles per second, beamed into this room. And it would, without you knowing, you would start to get uncomfortable, then upset, and then I presume start getting a little active, like throwing the plants around or breaking up chairs, things like that. You use specific, what I call the radio frequency windows. 11 hertz will create that kind of behavior. Other frequencies, other windows will create other kinds of behavior. You can create a passive behavior. You can make people go to sleep. You can create narcotic effects. It has been used actually as an antidote, as a cure for narcotic addiction. You can make people alert. You can make them misconstrue, misunderstand things. Each has a specific, very precise frequency. We know what these frequencies are. We know the behavior modification that can be brought about. We know the Soviets are using it. Let me give you I'll give you three examples. One, the Moscow Embassy in 1977, the State Department discovered that its employees are being zapped by what they call microwaves, that were really these transmissions, extremely low frequency transmissions. The ambassador, in fact, had heart problems as a result of it. And you can induce medical effects. You can induce heart attacks at a distance with certain frequencies. That's one example we know. The State Department then took the wrong approach.
I think you all get the point. And the only reason I bring this up is because I cannot believe people in today's world are so ridiculously fucking goofy and idiotic. I talked about how the AI has now been able to recreate a thought of a picture being looked at by a human subject. All right, I'm not even joking around. The AI has mapped out all the electroencephalograph frequencies that come in and out of the brain, and AI can actually can actually read your mind. I mean, this is not a joke. I'm not fucking kidding. I'm actually looking for the article. But the article shows a experiment in which test subjects were shown a picture. And they were forced to put on this kind of headdress to kind of electroencephalographically monitor their frequencies. And based upon that, AI was able to recreate the picture that the subjects were physically looking at. I'm not even kidding around. So, I mean, this is where we're at when it comes to brain frequencies. I believe that we can kind of control minds at this point. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but I think that all this 5G, all this crap that we're sending through broadband, I mean, we're sending whole movies and huge audio files and images all throughout the sky via 5G, via Bluetooth, etc. And you mean to tell me that our brains, which are receptors of frequencies, aren't affected by this in any capacity? Anyway, play a little bit more of this.
You're going beyond field of relativity, duality, experiencing oneness. Pure, unbounded, infinite consciousness.
Now, you see, this is where you lose me, okay? This is where, oh yeah, infinite consciousness. I don't believe this bullshit, okay? I believe that whatever our conscious is, wherever it derives from, all right, wherever it is, we actually have to use it on this, I guess, material plane, or whatever the fuck you want to claim this reality is, and be able to manifest things that you actually think about into reality. This is actually what I think, okay? I actually believe that we live in a time continuum that's reality. Okay, time goes forward in a certain time continuum that we're all witnessing, that we're all experiencing in some form of another. Okay? And I think that when you think about something, it actually exists in another dimension. So, for instance, if you think about yourself doing something and you think about you potentially getting caught for doing something or getting in trouble of doing something, you've actually created the existence of that actually happening in another dimension. And you see, once you start thinking, this is why many people who are neurotics, people who can't control their brain, they have nothing but bad luck, they flip out, they can't manifest anything into reality because they can't control their thoughts. They can't control their thoughts. That's why those that are the most successful can control their thoughts. And you don't want to think about things that you don't want to manifest into reality, dude. Because if you can clearly think it and you can clearly see it in your mind, it exists somewhere, in my personal view. And it's up to you using the methods that the esoteric folks that are in charge use to be able to manifest whatever it is that you want in your sphere of consciousness, in your general reference frame, to manifest into reality. So I'm just trying to let everybody know that this guy is kind of off. Oh, yeah, man, we're all infinite consciousness, true consciousness, pure consciousness, etc. Give me a break, dude. This is New Age hooey is what it is, all right?
This consciousness has qualities. Infinite creativity. Intelligence. Energy, love, power, and bliss.
This is New Age bullshit.
Dynamic peace.
Because look, I mean, this is something that people need to understand, okay? There are two meanings and two different sides to every word. Okay, for instance, love. There's a fine line, right, between love and hate. That's why we have people who go and kill their significant others because they're jealous or they're going to leave them or whatever the case might be. That's where we get this fine line between love and hate. Is love really something to be celebrated?
Does that mean Sonic Who, C.W. Gvell, and Rose Chu exists in a different timeline? Does that mean Chris Chan was right all along?
All right, just shut up, you fucking idiot, all right? That's why everybody who's controlling this world, all right? All the leaders of this world have you people enamored with fantasy. You understand that? Because if you're enamored in fantasy and are never thinking about manifesting something in real life, you're nothing.
What is the smartest thing that's ever come out of a woman's mouth? Einstein stick.
All right, dude, Einstein was a little bit of he was the Andy Warhol of fucking science, dude. I think Einstein gets way too much credit. All right? He was a fucking fraud. All right? He was a fucking patent clerk. All right? I don't understand why we pay homage to this fucking guy. He was nothing more than the fucking Andy Warhol of goddamn science. All right? That's all he was. He was a fucking patent clerk. He never went to fucking college. He never fucking even went to school, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. Play the fucking rest of, or a little bit more of this stupid shit.
Always been there, never had a beginning, it is, and it will be forever. Unbounded, infinite, eternal, immutable, immortal consciousness.
All right, I've had enough of this new age shit. I'm sorry, dude. You know what I mean? I can't stand when people, oh man, we're infinite consciousness, man. You know that, and you know, all we can do, we can love each other, and you know, everything's gonna be all great. This is fucking new age bullshit. All right? Give me a fucking break, Lynch, all right? Just make your fucking shitty movies and try to think of yourself deeper than you actually are when all you're doing is farting on a goddamn cinematic piece and calling it artwork.